Hey students, in today's session we are going to learn about the mechanism of urine formation. So in the last session we have studied about the structure of the nephron. Nephrons are called as the functional and the basic and structural and the functional unit of a kidney. Now we can see that each nephron is having two parts. One is Malpighian body and other one is renal tubule. We have already discussed about Malpighian body, which consists of a Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, and it is arised from the afferent arteriole. Blood from the renal arteries flows to the glomerulus through the afferent arteriole. This is called as afferent arteriole. So blood along with the waste products enters through the renal artery through this wider artery, that is arteriole, called as afferent arteriole. It enters into the glomerulus. This part we call it as glomerulus. So this glomerulus comes out by thinnest. The afferent arteriole has a wider diameter here. So the blood along with the waste products can go very easily. Then it just goes and coils inside this Bowman's capsule as a glomerulus, which we call them, and this narrowing of this arteriole becomes more, and as a result the pressure exerts in this region, and this arteriole finally comes as a thinner arteriole as efferent arteriole. Due to the narrowness of the efferent arteriole, because of that in the glomerulus there exerts a pressure. Due to the high pressure inside this glomerulus, the blood flows into the glomerulus under the influence of the pressure. Hence, it undergoes a pressure. The blood flows into the glomerulus under the influence of the pressure. Hence, we call this as pressure filtration or ultrafiltration. In this ultrafiltration, the waste molecules and nutrients molecules and water are filtered out and enters into the Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule, which accommodates a single glomerulus, is lined by the single layer of squamous epithelial cells called as podocyte cells. These are nothing but porous-like cells which helps to filtrate the materials in the glomerulus. Tubular reabsorption. The filtrate from the glomerulus is almost equivalent to the blood in composition, which is called as primary urine. The primary urine is almost equivalent to the blood in the chemical composition, except the blood cells passes through the PCT. The filtrate from glomerulus is called as the primary urine, which is almost equal to the blood in the chemical composition, but except the blood cells. Except the blood cells, it passes through the PCT, that is the first convoluted tubule, which we call it as PCT. The peritubular capillaries around the PCT. The peritubular capillaries around the PCT reabsorb all the useful components of the primary urine. They remove the salts such as potassium, sodium and chlorides are removed from this primary urine. It removes the salts like potassium, calcium, sodium and chlorides, and also 75% of water. It also removes the peritubular capillaries, which are around the PCT, removes all the waste products such as and salts also such as sodium, potassium, chlorides and calcium, etc. And also it removes 75% of water, and it removes some of the useful substances also from the primary urine. It removes the useful substances such as glucose, amino acids and vitamin C also. After the reabsorption in the PCT region, the urine passes through the Henle's loop to the DCT. The tubular secretion takes place in the DCT region. The extra salts and ions are removed from the urine. The ions such as K+, Ca+, Na+, and Cl- and H+ ions are removed in this DCT, and the other waste material like urea, uric acid and creatinine are also removed in this DCT region. This is called as tubular secretion. In the tubular secretion, it maintains a proper concentration and also the pH of the urine. Hypertonic urine formation. In this, 75% of the water content from the nephric filtrate is reabsorbed in the PCT region, and only 10% of the water enters through the Henle's loop and moves to the collecting tubule, where the concentration of the urine takes place here. Here there is an hormone called as vasopressin, which helps for the urine to concentrate more and makes the urine to pass out of this. The hormone vasopressin is secreted out only when the urine is sent out.